Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos nuevamente a mi canal, mis queridos cabezones. Bienvenidos a esta noche de un poquito de charlita y a mostrarles, pues, un poco de mi reacción al Developers Direct de Xbox. No tuve la oportunidad de verlo a la hora que era, estaba en mi trabajo. Hoy fue un día de muchísimo trabajo y no pude transmitirlo cuando estuvo en directo, pero pues aquí estoy para compartirlo con ustedes. Tengo entendido que estuvo brutal. Obviamente pues tendrá cositas que no son como tan chéveres, pero pues ahí vamos a transmitirlo y a mirar a ver qué sacamos de él. Listo, vamos a comentarlo, vamos a irlo pausando, vamos a ir después de cada anuncio, vamos a ir mirando a ver qué tal va y pues ojalá nos guste, ¿cierto? Entonces vamos a disfrutarlo juntos, vamos a empezar. Ojo pues. Esto está en Japón, hasta en la China. Listo, a ver. Este es el que está en español o el que tiene subtítulos en español. Listo, ojo pues. Vamos a ver. Voy a ver si le bajo un poquito al... Que de pronto no esté muy fuerte. Que como a la mitad del volumen. 4 únicos juegos que están en desarrollo. A ver. Coming to Xbox. A ver. Esas oficinas se ven muy chéveres. Juegos de mesa. Eso es Bethesda. Xbox Developers Direct. Ninja Theory. Obsidian. Vamos a ver algo de Machine Games con el de Indiana Jones. Y empezamos con Obsidian. Vamos a ver qué hay de Obsidian por aquí.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Avowed.
Avowed is an
Uy.
adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known
Uy, qué
world,
graficazos.
where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual
Supuestamente
plague
era la
and
transmisión en
discover a
español y
secret
miren.
at the heart of the living lands.
A
At
ver.
Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
Ajá.
Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical.
Es decir, Obsidian ha estado detrás de los Fallout y todo eso también.
It's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Esas balitas parecen las de Harry Potter.
Combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Gabriel Paramo.
Our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way
Uy, a esto sí se le nota la nueva generación. Los cuadros por segundo, miren las texturas.
Attacks and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just
Genial.
slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks.
Y ataques especiales.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy.
Pero entiendo este Abo, lo entiendo como un Skyrim más o menos,
giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional,
como un RPG así.
It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, And others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities.
Pues la verdad, les digo la verdad, a mí este tipo de juegos no me parece como muy viables en primera persona, pero pues obviamente habrá que probarlo, no hay que cerrarse.
You can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest.
La verdad me gusta mucho el estilo artístico,
The third region you'll
me
explore.
gustan mucho los gráficos, me gusta mucho todo lo que está mostrando, pero no me gusta la perspectiva del personaje.
As you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance.
Tiene algo que siempre le he criticado.
Tough decisions in complicated situations.
Tiene algo que siempre le he criticado yo a los juegos de... a estos juegos como Fallout y todo eso. Que la verdad, la actuación de los personajes o cuando uno está hablando con ellos se siente supremamente antinatural. Eso no me gusta para nada. Pero bueno, sigamos.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you,
Bueno, hay toma de decisiones. Me imagino que eso afecta el desarrollo del juego y afecta los acontecimientos y todo eso. Bueno, en fin, nada como muy alejado de lo que es la industria en este momento.
Going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in
Sí, los escenarios están brutales. ¿Para qué? El tema de iluminación está genial.
By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a
Gráficamente es muy, muy bonito.
All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life,
El efecto del agua es bastante bueno.
and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Bueno, para invierno de este año. Pero la verdad, gráficamente, técnicamente promete demasiado. El tema de jugabilidad, lo repito, no me gusta que sea en tercera persona, en primera persona. Este tipo de juegos me parece más en tercera persona. No sé si se puede cambiar la perspectiva, como se ha logrado, como se hace, por ejemplo, en Skyrim. No sé. O sea, invierno 2024, listo. Primero 0 y va 1. Faltan 3 más. Bueno, ahí tienen que hablar de Hellblade 2. Ajá. Ninja Theory con Hellblade. Mira que lo he jugado el primero. Tengo que darle la oportunidad. Tiene muy buena crítica, la verdad. Hay que darle la oportunidad a ese juego.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive
Qué
presentation
bonito.
with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Ese juego se basa en una mitología.
She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed.
Esta es la actriz de.
Since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who
Pucha,
will
los
reject
gráficos
it.
son muy, muy tesos. Las expresiones faciales son geniales.
Became my tribe. In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people.
Mitología
In the
nórdica.
story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Ush.
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Se ve muy, muy bonito. Dicen que tiene una historia bastante, bastante buena. Tanto el primero y pues este, pues obviamente.
To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Ah, eso es otra cosa. Que trata temas así, como la psicosis, hay otras cosas.
Seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to
El
actually
sistema de
tell a
combate
story
es como
through.
bastante bueno.
It
Ush.
does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level
Técnicamente es una pasada esa vaina.
and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing. Hay que jugarlo con audífonos porque tiene unos efectos de sonido bastante geniales.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations.
¿O es latino o es español?
Binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game,
es español.
Audio technology and some extra little things within the game. There is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
Ush.
On the music, we are working with
La música, los efectos de sonido, está muy brutal.
We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all
Qué bacano esa captura.
and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory
¿Y este cuándo saldrá?
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Buena forma de revelar la fecha de salida, 21 de mayo. Excelente. Excelente. Y yo creo que es día 1 en Xbox Game Pass. Sí, señor. Excelente. Habrá que jugarlo. Hay que jugar la primera parte y darle la oportunidad a este. Listo. Seguimos con el de Oxide. Yo creo que el de Indiana Jones debe ser el último. Uy. Uy. Metieron una vaina ahí. Square Enix. ¿Cómo? Uy. ¿Qué está desarrollando Square exclusivo para Xbox?
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru
Eso era la
Oyama,
llamada.
producer for the Mana series
Sí.
at Square Enix.
Uf.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに
Visions of Mana. Sus juegos son brutales. Secret of Mana.
マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに個性豊かなキャラクターたち
Trials of Mana.
楽曲の数々武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG として
Trials of Mana.
これまでに17作発売され
Sí, esa es la saga.
愛されてきました本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるためこれまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる
Qué lindo. Ahí sí me tocaron el alma con ese. A mí que me encanta los RPGs. Los RPG. Uf, se ve genial. Es Action RPG.
これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介
Ese es el creador original de la saga.
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Greds. I am so
Ah,
happy to introduce the
¿ustedes saben qué estudio es ese? Ese fue el que hizo el remake de The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask para 3DS, lo mismo que el Ocarina of Time.
今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
Monturas.
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目やアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。
No entendí ni poco.
足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。
El sonido es como muy importante en todos estos juegos que van a salir de nueva generación. Excelente. Unas bandas sonoras de esas.
全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょ
う。Uf, se ve genial, me gusta. Me encanta el estilo artístico, me gusta mucho. Y pues es Action RPG, no tiene pierde.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく 魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
Uy.
そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
Ah, qué bacano. Cada arma tendrá como un elemento especial y habilidades especiales. Eso será muy chévere.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Ah, en verano. Brutal. Un Visions of Mana. Visions of Mana. Pero no dice Game Pass. Pero bueno, no importa. Ahí estaremos para verlo. ¿Será que hay más? Bueno, lo que tiene Oxide. ¿Qué es lo que tiene Oxide para mostrar? A ver. A bit music playing.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization.
Ah, ya. Sí. Es juegos de estrategia. Yo sí decía, yo no me acordaba que hacía Oxide. Ahora, History Untold.
To historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers, it features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
Bueno, este sí como que más bien no soy como muy de juegos de estrategia ya, la verdad. Fui muy de Age of Empires en algún momento, Age of Empires, pero ya como que se me pasó la fiebre, no me da como mucho. Pero se ve bien bonito.
Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is ARA, the historical grand strategy game that
ARA, así se llama la empresa para la que yo trabajo.
And chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For ARA, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their
Pero gráficamente es bastante bonito, ¿para qué? Para mí este tipo de juegos es muy de PC. Es mucho para jugar con mouse, con todo eso. Me parece como más de eso. En consola me parece más complejo.
One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into ARA is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
Sí, lo que entiendo es que uno empieza como con una sociedad y la lleva como desde la prehistoria hacia el tiempo actual. Es lo que estoy viendo. Ajá. Pero me imagino que no debe ser a crear una ciudad específica, sino como a crearla según lo que uno le gusta. Y pues debe tener monumentos históricos de la vida real y todo eso, pero pues construidos en la ciudad que uno construyó, creo. Lo veo como así.
To win a game of ARA, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known.
Pero es como el dios, ¿o qué? Porque ahí estaba Beijing. Ah, no, pero miren que sí va como desarrollando lo de cada una pues ciudades que sí existen en la realidad. Ah, y ya se va hacia el futuro.
In Aura, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Aura, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Aura that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system.
O sea, hay que comerciar, hay que hacer un montón de vainas como para pues ir desarrollando la civilización que uno quiere o la ciudad que uno está.
This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits.
Pero si se basa como en eso, como que hay un líder, como una.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is.
Es como encarnar a un líder y empezar a moldear cada sociedad.
Player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change.
Esa gente huyendo de los leones. ¡Ah!
That was just
cougars, cougars,
cougars! I hate cougars.
Ah, pumas.
Get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to
son pumas.
more recent feedback that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only
entonces ese también es para invierno, ¿o qué?
After the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Fall, otro para invierno. Ah, pero sí, es PC. PC, nada de consola, ¿sí ven? PC. Bueno, Oxide despachado. Ahora vamos con el plato fuerte. Yo creo que sí. A no ser de que haya otra Intromission Machine Games. Listo, vamos a ver qué tal es esta vaina. Uy.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones.
Son suecos.
Since the first film came
Riders
out,
of the Lost
Indiana
Ark.
Jones has always represented the ultimate
Temple of Doom.
adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones. Their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Muestre a ver. Uy, qué graficazos.
While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you.
Ush.
You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here.
Uf, es genial.
Forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Es brutal. Pam, pam, pam. Ush. Ve. Bueno, es en primera persona, pero bueno, esperemos.
Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
It's waiting to be found.
Run away from your
Watch me.
Mírame. Ush.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before.
Uy. Le dio una ola con el látigo. ¿Qué fue eso?
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
Ush. Genial. Ese estuvo mejor. Pero espere, no he entendido. Es una historia original.
The Great Circle.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
Brutal.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Sí, señor.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the
Me encanta el estilo artístico,
opportunity to tell a
es
new
brutal.
Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Uf, y la música es genial.
Puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fist fight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
Ah, sí, es una historia original.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen.
Un Illuminati.
Discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Esa imagen es supremamente característica. Roma.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies,
las sombras.
observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
Sí, está brutal.
Is with the music.
Sí.
John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Uy, no. Este juego está brutal.
Things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if we can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up? We always love our villains.
Me parece.
We might have found our
Está muy genial.
in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indie's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense
of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up
¿Y cuándo saldrá? Pregunta del millón. Fecha de lanzamiento. Ojalá sea pronto.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the
El látigo.
one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indie's whip. And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Genial.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all
Y a correr.
for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Ya, Todd Howard ya se robó el ídolo que había por allá. Ahí me va a saltar el copyright por ese... En 2024, pero no dice cuándo. Bueno, está bien. Sale en Game Pass, obviamente. Y ahí está. Machine Games. Y listo. Indiana Jones, 2024. No se sabe cuándo. No se sabe si es... Y el resumen. En resumen, la verdad, el Abo me parece un excelente juego. No sé si lo jugaré, pero pues ahí estará. El Visions of Mana me parece genial, me encanta. El Hellblade 2 me parece brutal. Voy a darle la oportunidad al primero para poder jugar el segundo. Lara, pues la verdad no juego mucho en PC y los juegos de estrategia como que me... Y el de Indiana Jones indudablemente es la cereza del pastel de este evento. Es una cosa genial, genial, genial.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作は
Mira, el Visions of Mana.
聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Sí, señor. Esta gente le está apostando duro al 2024. Vamos con toda. Y tiene que haber muchos más anuncios en camino. Sí. Sí, señor. Thanks for watching. A ver. Ah. Vea, ese fue un eso fue un post créditos. Bueno. Bueno, muchachos, creo que fue un evento demasiado disfrutable. La cereza del pastel definitivamente fue Indiana Jones. La verdad, se los digo de todo corazón, no creí que fuera así. Me parece genial que sea una historia original. La ponen hasta en la cronología de las películas, la ubican y todo eso. Me parece brutal. La perspectiva del personaje, pues en el principio me parecía algo que le pudiera jugar en contra, pero la verdad es demasiado inmersivo y eso es genial en cuanto a gameplay. El tema de los gráficos me parece genial, el estilo gráfico me parece brutal. Tiene como un acuarelita de fondo por ahí bastante chévere que lo hace ver como medio envejecido, como si estuviéramos viendo las películas de antaño. Me parece genial, me parece que se revive una franquicia que definitivamente, pues en cuanto a la parte de cine, estaba un poquito caída. La verdad, las últimas producciones no han sido tan buenas, pero este juego se ve supremamente genial. El apartado sonoro está brutal, se ve que la música, los efectos de sonido, todo está supremamente bien cuidado. Las escenas de acción se ve que van a ser supremamente geniales. Yo creo que pues no podemos esperar para verlo muy pronto, y creo que pues fue un gran anuncio por parte de Xbox, este Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Listo. Bueno, muchas gracias por haberme acompañado, muchas gracias por haberse pasado por aquí, así sea un ratico, a disfrutar de este evento de Xbox conmigo, que no lo pudimos transmitir a la hora que era porque la verdad pues había mucho trabajo, pero aquí estamos. No olviden pasarse por mi canal de YouTube, regalarme sus likes y comentarios, suscribirse, activar campanita de notificaciones, regálenme también por una pasadita por ahí por mis redes sociales, todos los enlaces están en el perfil del canal y por ahí publico contenido muy interesante que pueden disfrutar. Listo, muchas gracias por haberme acompañado, muchas gracias por pasarse por aquí, nos vemos en el próximo episodio y que tengan una feliz noche. Chao, chao.